Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Things That Are Different in Canada. Just a quick reminder, I'm just sharing what is my experience, what I experience as different having moved from South Africa to Calgary, Alberta, Canada. If you missed it in the first episode, I did 10 differences. In today's one and in future videos, I'm going to do 5. In each video, I'm just going to throw in a range of things that are major differences, little differences, and everything in between. Let's get into it. First difference for today, the city organizes composting. In South Africa, we did not have municipality or city composting, so we had bokashi drums that we purchased ourselves. We purchased the bokashi brand. We organized with a company to go drop it off for them to turn it into further compost, and we just did that ourselves. Here in Canada, the city of Calgary comes to pick up our organic waste. The organic waste goes into green colored bins. Since we didn't have organic waste in South Africa where I was, I don't have color bins to compare it to. Number 2 for today, wiper fluid. So we purchased a new car when we moved here, and then the thing came on saying that we need to add fluid for the wipers, and thankfully I mentioned this to Ian saying, hey, we need fluid for the car, because if I hadn't, I would have just put water in there because that's what I'm used to. So Ian kindly reminded me that if I put water in there, it's going to freeze. Purchasing wiper fluid is a new experience for me because in South Africa, I just put water, and sometimes when I serviced my car, I think they'd add some soap to the water. Number 3, I think, is kind of a biggie, and that is drywall. We are not used to drywall. We know houses made out of concrete. So when we first moved into this house, I told Ian that I wanted to buy a drill. I don't even remember what I wanted to drill. And he was like, no, a drill's gonna be really expensive. We have to get a really good one. And then we kind of both stood there and we're like, oh no, we don't, because we're not drilling into concrete anymore. If we're gonna drill, we're gonna drill into drywall. So a random nice difference is I think that for the average person not doing kind of like woodwork fancy stuff, you don't need a fancy drill. The other thing though is that it does mean that we struggle with some stuff, like we've never dealt with studs. So I'm like Googling like how to find the stud without a stud finder. We don't have a stud finder. And Googling like how much can drywall hold? Like, can we put things on the wall? Can we put it here? Can we put it there? So not having concrete walls has been a new experience for us. Number 4, this was the first time in my life that I have truly understood the meaning of spring cleaning. My whole life I've heard about spring cleaning. I kind of would say it if I just randomly would clean my house, but for the first time in my life, I am truly experiencing that major shift from winter to spring, where when the snow was gone, we did a proper clean of like our windows, the windowsills. Things hadn't received any attention in winter whatsoever. Suddenly we're getting a major clean, all the winter things were getting packed away. Now I know the proper meaning of spring cleaning. And then number 5, the final one for today's video. Remember to subscribe if you want to continue to see these videos, and like it if you've liked this video. But number 5 is that there are no, what are they called? Cat eyes on the road. There are none of those little reflector light things on the roads. It took me a while to realize this. Actually, Ian pointed it out. We are assuming that they're not on the roads because the roads get scraped, and I'm guessing they would impede with the scraping of the roads, or yeah, that's my assumption actually. I don't have another reason why they wouldn't be on the roads. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video of 5 things that I experienced as different living in Canada.